Hello everyone, this is the Inside Web3 podcast show with Pigman. Yeah, GM everyone, and welcome to Primo GG's Hangout live here on X. And I really appreciate everyone here on this episode of this month's episode of Inside Web3 featured here on our Premio. We've got a very interesting guest in our midst, and well, before he introduces himself, I will do what I normally do best. I will drop some updates. I do call them some updates, some of the trends that has happened lately within the Web3 domain. Talking about it's most especially crypto, and yet just a few of them that also I would say is more a bit tailored to what we may be discussing on this show for these episodes here inside of Web3 and inside Web3. So of course just some key crypto updates, focusing on number one on my list. We're seeing the UAE ascends as a top sovereign Bitcoin holder. Yes, this is one of the news I would say of late. The United Arab Emirates now ranks the fourth globally, in government Bitcoin holdings, and accumulating approximately 6,333 BTC worth $740 million by state-backed mining operations led by Citadel Mining and Phoenix Group. You can also catch some of those updates. I mean, a more broad view on the updates on site like the Coin Central Digital and Watch Observatory. Second on my list is we also still in Dubai. I mean, still in the UAE. We're seeing Dubai's framework solidifies as crypto hub. Of course, it's not something new. We're seeing a lot of things happening, a lot of frameworks, being held, and being put in place in Dubai, and it's making the entire region a crypto hub, even outpacing, I would say, the US in some cases. And now, so moving on, I also have now going to the US. We're seeing US Federal Reserve signal openness to crypto and AI. That is, I think, a statement was made by a Fed advisor, Governor Mitchell, called for regulators to shade excessive caution on and embrace innovation, including crypto, blockchain, AI, especially in light of the new laws like the Genius Act and a broader digital asset trends that have been going around. So, and okay, now I head to China. We're seeing China plans beyond backed stablecoins to boost global use, and this is one of the trending news within the crypto space. I mean, when it comes to the global landscape of what is happening, we're seeing China making serious move within, of course, trying to play I do call it trying to play the Tom and Jerry game with the US, and you would definitely find someone like Trump saying, "Oh, if we don't do it, China's going to do it." So it's all for me. I see crypto politics into what happened, and China, of course, is not taking it lightly from our own end of view. So, and lastly, I've got El Salvador Bitcoin experiment remains unique. Also, sources captures El Salvador, continues to init one Bitcoin per day reserve strategy. Of course, as we know, El Salvador buys one Bitcoin every day. and it says no new countries have no things adopted Bitcoin as legal tender. Global hesitation remains driven by volatility, financial risks, concern, and skepticism from institutions like the IMF. And of course, I know of Central African Republic that adopted, of course, Bitcoin as a legal tender. I think these two countries we know of that has adopted Bitcoin as a legal tender. So that will be all for. You can find most of this news on places like Cointelegraph, on Reuters, and I think A Invest and CryptoRank. You would find some sources about this more in-depth coverage on what's this whole global shit is all about with crypto and blockchain and AI. Okay, without wasting much of our time, we're trying to beat up with wrap up things as quick as possible. This show commences with Anton here on the show. Anton, I really appreciate your personality. I'm happy to have you here on Inside Web3, a podcast featured on a Premium, and I do not take this for granted. I know there is a lot, of course, to cover, but I hope we cover just a little so we could have you some others. So I'm happy to have you, and I would like you to formally, within 3 minutes, I would say, just for time, and introduce yourself and share us just a bit about your journey here in the Web3 domain, here in the industry. Thank you.
Yeah. So first, thanks for having me, and big hi to everybody who is listening to us. I see quite a few people join, so really appreciate it, and looking forward, to a great talk. And also, if you have any questions, or if you want to add something, just I think you can raise your hand, and then we can bring you in. You can ask a question. So really, just feel free to join if you want. And in 3 minutes, my background. Then I'll be very brief. First to say, living at the moment in UAE, in Dubai. So as you mentioned, one of the best countries in the world at the moment for crypto. Really proud of that, having a great time. I've been now in crypto for more than a year and a half, and really having a blast. And I really think it's the right place for crypto and for, our industry and for everything that's happening. So now how I ended up in crypto industry, I've been I'm being part of the crypto ecosystem for quite a while, for more than 10 years. Originally, I came from traditional finance. So I was a trader at a big hedge fund in Switzerland. It was like a dream of mine to work at a hedge fund, and be a trader, and it was really an awesome experience. But the hedge fund had a really visionary boss who was a pioneer, building companies, understanding and applying technology for many, many years. And he was kind of, as soon as I joined the hedge fund, it was back in 2012. He was telling me about blockchain, this new thing coming, cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, and, through many of discussions that we had, and we had a very good relationship, between us, he said, hey, why don't we create a startup? Why don't we launch a startup in this new field of crypto, blockchain, And just you need to understand, it was back in 2013. We launched the second ever crypto company in Switzerland to build a crypto exchange, basically. And just to explain it to you, how early it was back then. So today, I have CoinMarketCap open in front of me. So the market cap of whole crypto industry at the moment, all these coins and cryptocurrency is 3.8 trillion, so massive number, right? When we started back in 2013, whole market capitalization of crypto was 1 billion. So only 1 billion. So microscopic, ultra small, but we saw something in this new technology. We saw an opportunity. We saw a way how to democratize finance, how to offer everyone great products and services and fair term. And we launched a company called Like. It was one of the first crypto exchanges in Europe, the first one in Switzerland. I was co-leading it with my partner for 5 years. Back then it was a massive success story. So we, scaled the company from 2 to 200 people. We had helpers all over the world, many different verticals within the company, and many different things that we did beyond the crypto exchange. It was a great experience, and was kind of my also first taste of what it means to building companies. And then after 5 years of running the company together with my partner, I decided to kind of go on my own. So try to do something by myself, and I launched a market making company. And I'm sure like a lot of people here in the call, you know what a market maker is. So when you go on a crypto exchange and you see these order books, all these prices changing, somebody buying, selling, all of this liquidity that you see in the order books, 99% of it comes from market makers, So this is what I did as a market maker. Company called Flop Technologies that I founded, and I was leading it as a CEO. We were market making all of these crypto exchanges we were market making for a lot of tokens. It was really, again, a great experience, I was running it for almost 5 years and then decided to do an exit. So basically means you sell the company to other investors. And after that, I went into RWA space, so tokenization. That was in 2022. I think we were a bit too early. So today, RWA tokenization is a bit, is well known. A lot of people know it, but just a couple of years ago, 3 years ago, it was a bit too early for, we tried a lot of things, but it was a bit too early, And then a year ago, I joined a team here in UAE that wanted to build a crypto exchange. They said, hey, we need somebody who knows how to build crypto exchanges, also understand liquidity. And hey, how about, if I join? And I thought, hey, this is a great opportunity. I really want to do something in crypto again. And so I joined FreeDex as Chief Business Officer, building a crypto exchange again, And I mean, just to say, I know I'm a bit longer than those 3 minutes, but, a long journey, and, still just starting. I think we still just starting. We're still
Of course, really appreciate that intro. I mean, on your journey, remarkable journey, and I believe you've inspired, a number of persons in the industry, and also those who have listened to you, being a thought leader, and also the very fact that you have believed in the industry as a whole to see it grow to this, particular point where it is, of course, at the peak of it. And just like you said, we're still early. I totally agree with you. We're still early. So yeah, moving on. I won't want to waste time. You just we're still talking about Web3, of course, and it is a very big. In short, it's just the version of the internet which we it's that's rapidly unfolding before us, and of course I thought of course definitely going to come to a point where we would be talking about Web 4 in the future, in Web 5 as it goes, just an evolution. So what's your perspective on this particular part of the internet? To you, just your own perspective.
Yeah, I mean, look, I definitely agree. Like, we are very early on, and the way I describe it to people is like why I think we're early is because if you think about it, like, what is it that you use every day from crypto? Now, if you think about it a little bit, right? Unless you're a trader, right, who trades every day, you're not really using a lot of the innovations and things we're trying or rebuilding crypto, right? So maybe, okay, let's say if you're transferring some funds around the world, maybe sending you some money to your family or friends, and then you use stable coins. Okay, you understand that, right? But I think you're not really using like, technology from the crypto industry every day, right? And this is just normal, right? When the industry is just starting, it's not being used by everyone, So I think like if we kind of reflect, we would say, okay, maybe we don't use crypto technology every day. It's a very limited use case what we're doing now. Most of it's trading. I think also like the way I describe it, or I think about it is like how much of crypto applications do my parents use? And then, I can tell you they don't use it at all. I mean, they don't know how to use it, It's too difficult for them, So I think like the mainstream, yes, we have like, we did the, we are 10 years old, more than 10 years old as an industry. We have done a lot. It's a bigger industry, but most of the applications are around trading. It still needs time for like mainstream adoption. So, to your point, if you ask me where are we now in adoption, I think like the same place where internet was in the 90s, that's where we are now with crypto. Very, very early, So, but I think like that's the excitement, right? That's why I want to be a part of it because, I think there's a lot of opportunity for us. And I think it's just the most best industry ever, the most amazing industry ever. So I'm happy to be part.
Exactly, and the fact that it's here to democratize, I mean, information or access to so many things. The reason why Web 3.0 became a name, it's my own view, became a name in our time is the fact that it embraced the community. This time around, the internet embraced the masses, the community. Unlike other passions that we've had from the very first moment in the 90s of the internet, where it was only it only made sense to people who could actually code or develop and move, yeah, of course, moving to the version 2.0, where we saw the emergence of tech giants like Google, and the emergence of tech giants like Facebook, and tech giants, Microsoft, and a lot of them. But the entire story changed with the uttering of Web3, that sit upon the blockchain technology, and we're seeing the reason why Web3 is becoming a name so much that it echoes, in every part, of our world today. With the very fact that this version of the internet decided to embrace the community, decided to embrace, so many people, both those who are actually, it accommodates whoever you are, and that is the beauty of Web3. And it's still going to be more beautiful with what we're seeing with AI coming in. I believe this technology should play the role of ushering us into the next fashion, if possible. You're talking about the metaverse, you're talking about and so many other things that will unfold in the future, augmented reality. Just saying, but Web3, of course, is a very had really helped so much, so many people, and it's just the beginning of how things are shaping up. So thank you so much for that wonderful talk on your perspective on Web3, and I just move forward to my next. And it's simple as of course we all know, it has been announced, you are involved in a project. I don't need to ask if you are involved or not. So currently, just I would love you to share with the listeners, I mean, what's up with this whole FedEx exchange. There's a lot of exchanges, so we want to know what FedEx exchange is really all about, I guess.
Happy you asked. So Freedex is a centralized cryptocurrency exchange. So just to explain, like, to the audience, like, what it's about, and then I'll share the vision. And so it's a centralized cryptocurrency exchange. So it's like a platform that has all the products and services like a big exchange would have in the world. So we offer spot products, spot trading, where people can buy and sell crypto and so on. Perpetuals, so if you want to go long and short and do a bit of trading, earn products, where you can stake your cryptocurrencies and earn some nice yield. Then copy trading, auto trading. So if you don't want to trade yourself, you can use some bots or a bit of AI that can do that for you. Also fiat on-ramp and off-ramp. So if you want to, use your fiat currency to, transfer it to a crypto exchange and then convert it into stablecoins or crypto, we enable that. And likewise, as well for corporate, institutions, we also have like a bit more sophisticated product, So this is in a nutshell what the exchange is about. We're predominantly a retail exchange, so the target clients are retail, and the exchange is operating out of El Salvador, where we have a full vast license. And I'm sure you mentioned even El Salvador is one of the most crypto-friendly jurisdictions in the world, with a very crypto-friendly president, and even they have some bitcoins as a country, and all the big players today as well, like operate, out of El Salvador as well, like Binance, Coinbase, Bitfinex, Tether. I'm sure you know Tether as well, right? So that as well. We at the moment we are not offering products and services in the UAE, but we hope that in the future we'll be able to do that. Now, what is the vision behind Freedom? This is something that we discussed at the beginning a little bit. So we are building a crypto exchange and that would offer products and services for the 80% of the world's population that is not in crypto yet. So if you think about it, most people still are not in crypto. When they want to be, when they want to use some products and services, it's very complicated. I think you have to be like a trader to understand it many times. So it's really, really complicated for many, for all this big majority that is still not in crypto. It's very, very complicated for them. So the vision of FreeDex is to, create products with a very simple UX, with a very simple experience where you tap something, swipe something, and you get exposure, you get access to such product. But also very important because crypto is so highly volatile, and also crypto is really, really volatile, that we also build a sophisticated risk management system that protects you when you are becoming part of the crypto industry. And I like to give this example. Like if people ask me, but what does it mean? Like if you can give an example, and the example I'd like to give is perpetuals, right? So it's a product that was created in the crypto industry. So it did not come from traditional finance or anything. It was actually from the crypto industry. But perpetuals, even though they're very popular, they're traded a lot, I mean, you have to be a trading expert to know how they're used, and like, how does the experience usually look like? You go on a platform, it's very sophisticated, and then first you have to move, your funds from a main account to a margin account. And even the first question would have to be like, why do I even have to do that? What's the difference, And then let's say you do that, and then you have your funds in the margin account, and then do I trade the coin margin perpetuals or the stablecoin margin perpetuals? Again, just imagine for somebody who's coming in, they would just think, what the heck is the difference? Why am I even thinking about that? And then just imagine afterwards. Leverage, funding rates, reference price, mark price, index price, liquidations. I mean, this is a whole so complicated, right? So imagine if we could have a product where you can access the product like perpetual, so you just swipe something, you tap something, you get access to it. But also really, really important, since perpetuals, are a leverage product that you have sophisticated risk management to protect you. So in a nutshell, FreeDex is all about building products and services for the majority of the world who yet needs to become part of the crypto industry.
Okay, thank you so much for that wonderful information. I mean, well, I can say I'm more of a trader here in the industry. But I can see someone like new is a trader. I know, and I think from how I see, he's really enjoyed everything he said. So for those who of course who would like to explore what prep the head team is doing. I mean, it's worth checking it out. I can say that they are visionaries, aligning to the vision of seeing how they can reach more people when it comes to cryptocurrency, and offering a very, very wonderful platform where you can actually trade and experience I would say something much more different. Of course, we've had exchanges come and go, and definitely I think Binance celebrated 8 years, so we're definitely going to see more exchanges coming, and only those who can actually meet up, or who can actually stay or build something sustainable, can actually definitely stand the test of time of even being part of the global players when it comes to crypto exchanges like the Binance, and who you got Coinbase and all that. So and all of them. I mean, all these exchanges they had their own little beginnings. A number of them will share tweet on that. And of course, whenever I see things begin to do something that is very innovative, no matter how little it may seem, or the cloud is so small that you can't even tell if it's going to rain, but the believing is where the power lies. And so we could the team, what you guys are doing, I mean, with the exchanges and all this stuff. And personally, I look forward to exploring it myself in the future. So definitely, and I mean, exploring more and see how it goes for me personally. So thank you so much, Paul, for that wonderful take on what you guys is doing. So I guess we've really touched more of the introductory part, the introductory part of this conversation, and I want us to go a bit more deep with what's really happening in the world. There's a lot of things happening right now. We see, like I said, like I mentioned, for me, this isn't just about technology. It's about in fact, countries, governments, institutions. If you watch what's happening, a lot has unfolded this year ever since Donald Trump came into the scene. I mean, into the White House, and it happens that the industry has seen, I would say, light and globally. And the US happen to be this country that can amplify things regardless of what it is, and then making sure that it become the major players trying to catch up from where they because I believe they're trying to catch up. They're trying to catch up people like the UAE and if possible, and also El Salvador, of course, and of course they have the capacity to do that. They are the world power. So I'm just trying to say that a lot has been unfolding. We've seen China also. We've seen China making advancement. I mean, I was reading a news, and I think it was a case that was the jury in Hong Kong, was it Hong Kong or China, said to own digital asset like crypto is not illegal. I mean, as a property, but definitely as an institution, it's illegal. So I mean, they're trying to. I think things are beginning to change a bit in China, in places like China, because they know that this is it's a global competition. It's about currency wars right now, especially what's happening with the civil Congress, and you happen to talk so much about.